Hi, I'm Greg Johnson, owner of Stiles Realty, and today we are talking about farms and ranches. One of the things that most buyers, when they're looking at a farm and ranch, the first thing they look at is the buildings and what's available here on the land. And buildings are important, but really what's important most of all on a farm and ranch is what's underneath those buildings, the soil and the way the land sits, because that's how you make your money. This time of the year, ranch lands look beautiful. They're green, grass is growing, and they all look spectacular. But that doesn't always mean that they're productive. And that's one thing that's important, that you really need to search for productive land when you're looking for a ranch. You want to have a mixture of both grass and clover. The clover is what produces the protein for the feed that you're producing for the animals. And so, first thing you want to do is look down. You want to look down and look at what is around your feet. One of the things you want to find is grass that is a good quality forage. Now we're talking perennial ryegrass, we're talking orchard grass, we're talking tall fescue, many of those type of grasses. But a lot of times you get on a pasture that's been overgrazed and hasn't been fertilized, you're going to find a lot of what we call cheap grasses like quackgrass, foxtail, barnyard grass. They all look great this time of year, but the problem is come spring they don't grow very far and they die off real quickly. The other thing you want to look for is clover. Douglas County and the hills, you'll see a lot of subclover growing. It's an annual clover. In this country here, down here, you'll see a lot of white clover. Look around and see where the clover is. If you don't have clover, that means that you need to fertilize. The best way to tell that this time of year, find yourself a good cow pie and look at around there and see if the clover is growing around that. That gives you a good indication of what this grass will do. Well, one thing that's important on ranches is drainage and the slope of the land, because it really affects what you can do with the property. Now if you look at this property here, you've got the hillside here, which is where he has his cattle. And then if you look down this way, you've got the pasture and you got sheep in the distance, and this is their hay fields. Now it's important that you don't put cattle at this time of the year on a hay field. They will just tear it up, as you can see back here behind me in this area here. This is very common what happens in Oregon during the wintertime when you're raising livestock. So it's really important that you have areas for each type of class of livestock that you're going to be running on your ranch. So when you're looking for ranch property, you're going to have a lot of questions. And unfortunately in this little video, we're not going to have time to answer them all. So why don't you give us a call at Stiles Realty. We handle a lot of ranches. We got a lot of experts on ranches in our office, and we'd be glad to talk to you about it. So give Stiles a call.